Mm. All right. In this video, we're going to be going over the disruption and risk classes. Um, Basically, we break down of how, yeah, I'll let the article explain itself. I'm pretty sure it does a pretty good job of that. So we'll go with that. All right. So disruption class options. Disruption class names are based on degrees of light or illumination. Higher the disruption class, the farther the light spreads from the source. Disruption class 1, dark. The known or potential disruption is so low as to not be a concern. The object is essentially inert when not interacted with and may potentially only affect a single individual. Foundation would find it trivial to clean up after. Chosen as an easily understood baseline in the same vein as safe. Disruption class Vlam. Dutch for flame, generally a candle flame. The known or potential disruption would be localized to a small handful of people. The anomalous effects certainly do affect multiple people, but it would not extend very far. Foundation would find it relatively simple to neutralize its effects. Keneq, Pacific Gulf Yupik for fire. Generally a campfire, can be a bit larger. The known or potential disruption would be extended to a number of people roughly defined as a city. The anomalous effects would spread with fairly significant speed, fast enough to cause concern. Foundation would find it moderately difficult to neutralize its effects. Ekhi, Vask for sun. The known disruption would extend to roughly the size of a large metropolitan area, or to an, sorry, oh my gosh, this sentence is terrible. The known disruption would extend from roughly the size of a large metropolitan area to the size of an entire country. So between those two, potential disruption could extend to the entire known world. Spread would be swift and difficult to manage. Foundation would find it quite difficult to neutralize its effects. Amida has a plethora of meanings, but in this case is referring to Buddha of eternal light. This disruption class should be reserved for special circumstances when the Foundation is essentially declaring war on an anomaly. When an anomaly poses such a dire threat to the status quo and the Foundation's veil, there is no other option than to use all possible options in order to neutralize it. The effects of an Amida anomaly would extend to the entire known world and possibly the entire universe. Risk class options. Risk class notice. The anomalous effect of an object are nearly non-existent to mild. An individual within close proximity of the object would not feel anything as a result of the object. It poses no danger to any individual nearby. Caution. The anomalous effects of the object are mild to moderate. Oh, sorry, I didn't even mention. These are the risk class options. Sorry. Risk class 1. Notice. The anomalous effects of the object are nearly non-existent to mild. An individual within close proximity of the object would not feel anything as a result of the object. It poses no danger to any individual nearby. Caution. The anomalous effects of the object are mild to moderate. An individual within close proximity of the object may feel mild effects from the anomalous object. It poses mild danger to any individual nearby. Warning. The anomalous effect of the object are moderate to significant. An individual within close proximity of the object will feel mild effects or may feel major effects from the anomalous object. It poses moderate danger to any individual nearby. Danger. The anomalous effect of the object are significant to extreme. An individual within close proximity of the object will feel major effects or may feel extreme effects from the anomalous object. It poses significant danger to any individual nearby. Critical. This risk class should only be chosen when the object's effects will be near instant and or extremely severe. It does not necessarily need to cause actual death. Death is incredibly likely and expected. Any individual nearby will feel the effects near instantly, and the possibility of recovery is impossible. So, with regard to the risk and disruption classes, um, basically, just because something has a high disruption class does not necessarily mean it has a high risk class, and vice versa. So something can be incredibly incredibly dangerous, but on a practical level is not very noticeable. So if you had if you had an object that uh, basically instantly vaporized um, any humanoid entity that came within 10 feet of it, it would be critically dangerous, but noticeably, it would have a very low um, or it would have a very low disruption class because it would generally only affect people on an individual level because if they can contain it in an area, it affects people on a very individual level, but practically it is also very, very dangerous. So it would have a very high risk class and a very low disruption class. Whereas something like a, a disco ball that uh, when acted upon in a certain way, uh, causes hallucinations to literally everyone on Earth at once, would have a very high disruption class, but wouldn't necessarily be technically very dangerous. So it would have something like a caution level risk class, but disruption class probably be something like Ekhi because it would be very hard for the foundation to clean up something like that. The same with if you a lot of extraterrestrial SCPs. There are some that are like planet destroying, but we also know where they are and they're co-located like multiple galaxies away. So it would have a critical risk class, but the actual disruption class is very low because is essentially dark because it's located so far from from anything. So yeah, it's swings and roundabouts. All right, alrighty, and I think that will be the extent of what we cover for this one. So we'll see you all in the next video. I'm not sure which one that is yet, so I'll catch you all in the next video. Oh, I think it's groups of interest is next. But yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day and goodbye. Oh, sorry. I did that too early. I have to do a whole thing to get out of this. All right. So now goodbye. Bye.